Have you ever wondered how the salt and the sodium fluoride in this toothpaste is actually made? Although these are ingredients that we use every day, the process in how to make them is actually quite complex. These ingredients are what we call ionic compounds, and the way they are named and formed is considered one of the trickiest topics in chemistry. But how do we actually name them? Let's break it down into 3 simple steps with a little bit of history and some tricks to help along the way. Back in the 18th century, scientists like Anton Lavoisier started figuring out how these chemicals are formed and how they are named. This led to the creation of naming conventions for compounds that we have today. Ionic compounds are formed when the electrons pass between a metal to a non-metal, creating a bond between the positively charged cations and the negatively charged anions. The metals lose electrons while the non-metals gain electrons, and for stability, these two must balance. Step 1 is identifying ions and their charges. Atoms can donate or accept electrons in order to form ions. In the case of salt, sodium has 1 valence electron and can form a +1 charge, while chlorine has 7 valence electrons and can form a -1 charge. Sodium becomes a cation by losing an electron, and chlorine becomes an anion by gaining an electron. What if one of the elements in your compound has multiple numbers of charge? In that case, we need to specify that charge using Roman numerals. For example, Fe2 plus is iron 2, while Fe3 plus is iron 3. Now for the next part, balancing the charges. For NaCl, it's easy. As mentioned earlier, Na has a charge of +1, while Cl has a charge of -1. Since these two cancel each other out, we just need 1 sodium ion for every 1 chloride ion. Once you've balanced the charges, writing the chemical formula is easy. You just combine the symbol of the metal element and the non-metal element, adjusting the number of ions based on their charge. Remember, the name of the compound stays the same, but you need to add the suffix "-ide" at the non-metal element. Sodium chloride for NaCl. So in summary, to name ionic compounds, identify the ions and their charge, balance the positive and negative, and then write the chemical formula. Although these steps may seem complicated, just remember that in life, balance is everything.